That's how it has to go. So therefore, a man putting himself in a position where he's submitting to a higher power allows a woman to submit to him. These three things are likely keeping you single and from finding the person that you really should probably be with. These are in no particular order, but I'll save the best one for last. 1, trauma. So many of us are walking around here with childhood trauma or past relationship trauma that we're carrying with us. We haven't dissolved it. We haven't confronted it. I have this theory that until you've forgiven who hurt you or who kept you in bondage or who threw you off, until you've forgiven that person, there's no space to move on to someone else. So if you haven't forgiven your ex, you haven't forgiven your parents, you haven't forgiven your grandparents, there's no space to move on to someone else because you're carrying anger and pain that new person is going to end up bearing, and it's going to ruin the relationship 9 times out of 10. Trauma, seek help, journal, unpack these things, stay single, stay out the way, maybe date lightly. Because I'll say, I don't think there's necessarily a space of, I don't think there's a destination of being healed. Healing is a constant lifelong journey because things are constantly happening. Scars are constantly being created. So in my opinion, healed is not a real thing. Healing is a very, very real thing. 2, expectations and what you think you deserve. 1, we have these weird expectations because I think those expectations are built around what we see around us and what we believe we should be getting from someone because of what we saw. That's the only thing that we can really even understand this concept of what we deserve. Now, mind you, everyone deserves basic respect, right? I get that. But I'm talking about how this person shows up for you with gifts or whatever it may be. We have this false sense of what we deserve and these high expectations when many a times we don't fit our own expectations or we don't give people what they deserve, right? So people showing up with what I deserve and what I expect, that's already a bad start. Showing up in a space where you've worked on yourself, I won't say healed, showing up that way, ready to give someone what you have in order for them to grow and blossom, that's how, in my opinion, we should show up to relationships. Show up with what you can do for this person. How can you give to this person? If you're showing up with what you can get from them, it's a disaster. So 2 people who have worked their way in that healing process and they've forgiven their exes or forgiven their parents or forgiven whomever it was that did this to them, showing up in that space, willing to show up for that person, that partner, is a phenomenal start. My last and best remedy to consistently bad relationships is a foundation in God. A foundation in God is going to carry you so far when you can't carry yourself and you can't carry your partner. God has to be the foundation of your relationship. Has to. All right? No matter what religion or whatever it is, if you're not in a position where you're especially as a man, right? A man leads. So therefore, a man putting himself in a position where he's submitting to a higher power allows a woman to submit to him. That's how it has to go. A man needs to seek God first, and then God will deliver him a woman. Same way how Adam and Eve transpired. If a man is led by his ego, that ego is going to tear some stuff up. It's like a tyranny. It's going to be, or tyranny. I messed that word up. But it's like a tyrant because like Kanye said, no one man should have all that power. That's right. So in a relationship, a man should not carry all this power. No, he needs to be powerless to something, and that being God. And therefore, that puts a woman in a position where she can be safe and trusting him because she can follow him because she knows he's following something. Would a woman want to follow a man with a map or follow a man with just a thought about where to go? I've been on trips with a woman, right? And we're with a guide. And as we're together, we're in an environment, maybe we're in a jungle or in a canoe, whatever it may be. And the guide will say, hey, we should go this way. And that woman is going to be like, yeah, we need to go that way. Because guess what? That guide has been there. That guide knows the terrain. If the guide said, hey, let's go this way. And I'm like, nah, guide, I think we should go this way. My woman going to be like, Mike, you tripping. You're not following the right protocol here. You see what I'm saying? So fellas, get yourself together. Follow the kingdom of God. Seek that. And then a woman of God will arrive. We have to seek her. And mind you, in that's gonna be a whole bunch of discernment, a whole bunch of stuff you're gonna have to put off to the side. But anyway, back to the topic. Those are the 3 things right there that I think will help you start a healthy relationship, and hopefully it prospers. 1, work on healing the trauma that you have and forgive those who hurt you. I know it's tough, but until you do, you will not be able to move forward in a successful relationship. 2, arrive in the relationship ready to give, ready to sacrifice, and ready to compromise. Don't arrive with what you expect and how things should be done and what you deserve. That's not the right tempo. You'll get what you deserve in a healthy relationship organically and naturally without walking into it saying what needs to happen. That's not how this works. Lastly, and most importantly, trust in God, build your foundation in God first, and then everything else will follow. Everything will be given to you that you need, want, and desire. I hope those help. Apply them if you can. Let me know your thoughts. If you want to add some more in the comments, I would love to hear what you think. Do any of these resonate with you? Do you disagree with some of them? I'd love the dialogue. I would certainly respond back. Have more conversations about it. Talk to y'all soon. Peace. Happy dating.